between with the breeze, and at quarter time it was 3 goals, 6-24 to the Centrals, and Blue West 2-1-13 kicking against the slight breeze. Brainy, this quarter will tell the tale.
Yes, certainly will, Cookie. Jimmy Hogan on the ball now for the Cheetahs. The Sprinker, though, thumps the ball towards Stockwell. The big fella, he bent down and picked it up. Kicks it up and under to half forward. And being held there, I think you'll find will go against the half forward. Yes, that's going the other way. Against you, Barry Neville. Yes, you got caught that time, son, because he did pull him he pulled him back as he took off. Yeah, no, good umpiring.
Here's Crazy. Armstrong's got it at half back. Right in front of the coach's box. Good kick needed from there to impress the coach. It was up towards Stewie Scott, who is the coach.
Primo!
Up. Here comes Primo Angelucci. Soccer on the ball across the ground, across and a half forward. Inga Worson runs straight over the top of it. They're too quick, I reckon, at the moment, Ronnie, the Centrals, and they've worked this one down nicely towards half forward. Stockwell's up, can't mark. At the base of the pack, Chris Delaney gathers well, spins and kicks with right foot, with not much effect, though, but Latta has dropped the mark at centre half forward. Hard on the ball for mine. The umpire in perfect position, and he's plucked it out. Brendan
And the crowd in front of us stand on their toes, and I tell you what, they're getting a bit excited here.
And great tackle, Brendan Chandler. He's having a good day.
Yes, he certainly is, and Chandles, up he goes, looking for the high flyers. Good mark, KD, and he is awarded with the effort, and he'll take the ball at centre wing for the Cheetahs.
Yeah, gives it to Lachino very quickly with the hands. Lachino standing still a little bit there, the Mediterranean man. Now punt kicks with the right foot, goes into the forward pocket. He needs some support at the back of the pack here through the agency of Beaton. He's there, loses it on this occasion. They're tacking on top, but Inga Worson stacks in there too. Hand pass comes out to your mate, Ronnie, the half forward blanket kicks high in the air. That looks like Cunningham getting back. Dennis Cunningham, that is, and he takes the mark.
Okay, let's just see. Cunningham now, just steadying things down a little.
Whoops-a-daisy. Across the face of goals, a bit dangerous at that stage of the game. Stewie Scott, pretty happy to see it out of bounds. Had two opponents to beat. Knocked it out of bounds. It's only about 25 metres around from the Cheetahs' goal, and they want one early in this second term.
Yeah, they certainly do, Cookie. Time clock, fairly put us by Rocky's 24-hour locksmith. Up they go. Renato got it down uncontested. Cecino's there, butted up well too. Good footy from him. Goes short. Looks there for the big arms of Justin McLean. Pretty ordinary effort, that. Put it down.
Yeah, should have caught that one, Ronnie. Bit of catching practice at training, I'd suggest, for Justin McLennan. Got the hands on it under no pressure at all and couldn't rip it in. Ball not come back yet. Boundary umpire says, Fox it yourself. And Stewie Scott says, not a problem, sir. Here it is.
Comes back to insurance, Cookie. The umpires must stay on the arena.
I understand that, Ron. Up it goes. It was never that way when I run the boundaries, to run over the cow paddocks to get them, bring them back down the Bass River. Back it goes to Inga Worson. Knocked away from him. Here comes Cecino. Oh, Johnsy. Angry Anderson met him beautifully. Play on's the call. Hand pass over the top. Too much carry on it for Crazy Armstrong. Oh, in the back for mine. Too high. Anything you like. And Armstrong will take the free kick in front of the coach's box. And the game is getting lively, Ron.
They certainly are. As Crazy kicks it up there to half forward. Hogan, up he goes. Can't take it. Ladder, the big fella like a rover, weaves a lovely little thread through. Lovely football, Justin. Oh, Primo. God, he could have just caught it with a handbag on that occasion.
He lost it down. He lost it. Bernardo gathers, gets the hand pass back, goes towards Johns. It's off his boot, is it? No, they're screaming for it down there, the Werribee Central trainers.
Well, mate.
Was it off the boot? It's a boundary show in. And we've seen a couple of awful blues made in the last few minutes.
Well, certainly. And Primo Angelucci, mate, he's got muscles in his arms like footballs.
And he's got butter on his fingertips, I'll tell you after that one.
Yeah, he certainly has, because he should have swallowed that. But let's get back to the footy. It's out of bounds half forward. Opportunity now for the Cheetahs. Can they do something about it? Ladder's in front, got it towards Johns, overran the footy, as we see now McClellan. Oh, put his team. The old cliche, Cookie. It's too hot for me. You better try it, son. And he's put his teammate under all sorts of pressure. And poor old Robbie Edgar said, thank you very much.
And headed for the boundary line very quickly. Up goes Ladder, knocks it over the back. Good knockout. Cunningham's there to intercept. Hand pass comes back. Oh, they're working well down there in defence. As Cecino gathers a little left foot kick. Too many up and no one down here, I'd suggest. That's the day. That's the order of the day. Oh, the umpire's paid a free kick, has he?
Well, I think it's A for effort.
Might have been a mark, is it?
He's paid a push. Paid a push. Oh, I couldn't see the push, but anyway.
Neal gets it on the centre wing. He drives the Cheetahs into attack up towards the half-forward position. No mark taken at the bottom of the pack. The big fella McLennan comes through with a wide hand pass. That's got to be in the back or over the shoulder, Roddy Brain. And the umpire agrees with me that the free kick was going to be paid to Skripken. Advantages allowed. He played well at Skripken. Here's the chance. Down the ground, that looks like Mickey Foster. It is. Down towards half-forward. Haints tries to knock the ball back over his head. Ingeworsen's a chance. Had a quiet day. That's just liven up for him. He just found the fence there. Ingeworsen with a bit of a help. He might be all right. He's up again. No trouble at all, says Gavin. I'm ready for the play to start. Once again, right in front of a commentary position.
Ball half forward. Central's into attack. Stockwell in front now, over the back of the pack. The high flyer, Neal. Couldn't do much about it. Comes to ground. Pack of players formed umpire Brad Worth will call for a bounce. And it's about 7.5 minutes, Cookie, I'd suggest, of the second quarter. And it's probably brought to us by Rocky's 24-hour locksmith and trophies out at Crow Village.
It's a real battle. Ingeworsen gets a good first effective touch, I'd suggest. Over to Johns. Johns uses the ball well by hand. Gives it to Murray Scott. He's in trouble. Look for Lucchino inboard. Lucchino was under a great deal of pressure on that occasion. Here's the chance for Roland Beck. Picks up. Oh, kick smothered brilliantly there by that. That was David Armstrong, the crazy man. Did it well and it rebounds, but only as far as Cunningham, who gathers and kicks towards half forward.
Oh, tripping at the crucial time, Simon Bland. Good support, Greg Hart. The hand pass, a beauty. Hart on the left foot, spears it in towards goal, but he's kicked it across the face to the big sticks, and I think you'll find it's out of bounds.
21 yards to hit, and he missed the lot by about 7 yards. Not a good kick on that occasion by Greg Hart. You can convert that to metres if you like, Ronnie. I'm too old to use these metres. Here's the ball down in the forward pocket. Central's doing the attacking now. Up they go. Knock over the back here. Stockwell having a flying standing start shot. Picked up here by Gus Cicino as it tumbled to him. He's had a flying shot, but Gus is offline also. 1 point only goes on the board of the Centrals, who are kicking rather accurately on this day out here at their home ground, Ronnie.
Yes, certainly 3-7-25, the Centrals. They lead the Cheetahs 2-2-14. Early stages of the second quarter. Anybody's game of football, just need a little bit more pattern of play for the Cheetahs. This time he's elected to go straight down the middle. Looks up there for the high-flying big fellow in Murray Scott. Couldn't hold the ball. Comes to ground. Good feed off there, Barry Neville.
Ingeworsen run into one. He would like to miss, I'd suggest. Slapped out wide here by the Cheetahs. Running onto the footy. The big fella, 26 the number. The size is pretty big at Neal. Pushing it towards the fence. He's found the safety. And I tell you what, Gavin Ingeworsen run into a ripper. And he's still down.
Yeah, he's pretty tough though, Gavin. He'll fire up, and let's just hope he's okay. No real damage done, because it just sort of caught him on the side of his face, the hip. And yeah, that'll knock a little bit of Wheaties out of him as we see the ball back into play. Comes to ground again. Central's doing well at ground level. The big fella McClellan, hand pass over the top. Put Bonanno under all sorts of pressure, so he tapped it forward. Coming out now, it looks like, I think you'll find that could have been the dash of Neville. Or Kosh, yeah, could have been Kosh as well. He gave it to the run of Springer, but he's offline, Peter Sprikeman, and he's missed the woodwork. And 1 point the result.
1 point only. Yeah, Ingeworsen's up, but he's still not too good. Trainers still with him. He's going to stay on though, Ron. And I'm just wondering whether the Centrals are kicking themselves out of business here, as we see Cowie, who's played very well at full-back. Punt kicks out towards a centre-half back, up high, almost taking the mark. Justin McLennan couldn't do so. Hand pass from Balan's a good one. Got across to teammate here, has a flying shot on left foot. Doesn't make the distance. Gee, Cowie's done well down there. In front again, takes the ball, and away he goes to Ladder, who marks that half-back, runs to centre wing and puts the left foot right into it.
Yeah, great footy too. He's kicked it a good 50 metres. Good defensive football though from the Centrals, but swooping on the ball, Primo Angelucci. He's still being held. No free kick forthcoming as the ball brought back into play by the big fellow in Scotty Leftchook. As we see Roland Beck, just caught one a little high there from his opponent in Neal.
A glancing blow, I'd call that, Ronnie. He saw it coming and ducked. Barry Neville punt kicks with left foot towards half forward. Nicky Lucchino gathers. The hand pass brilliantly smothered by Delaney. Lucchino's got to go in and do the hard work himself. Kicks it off the ground. It's out of bounds. It deliberate nose to the umpire. Let's throw it back in.
Yeah, good pressure, and he had nowhere to go, the Mediterranean Marvel there on that occasion, and I think it was pretty good football in the end as we see, the boundary umpire's gone out of the ground.
Well, he sort of had 1 foot back in. I think he was all right. He wouldn't have been stumped at cricket. There you are. He had 1 foot behind the line. They throw the ball back in down there too, does the boundary umpire. Chance for the Cheetahs to get it out through Haints. He can't get it clear. Oh, too easy. Pick up here. Shot at goal. Kosh it was. 38 the number. And an easy goal.
Well, gee, Trevor Haynes can think himself unlucky because he did the blind turn, but as he did the blind turn, he dropped the footy.
Forgot about taking the footy with him.
Because otherwise he would have been clear and got them out of trouble, but as it's turned out, they've swooped on it, the little fellas of the Centrals, and popped through another goal. Adrian Kosh's first, and the Centrals fourth on the GDFL Bingo second quarter scoreboard. Werribee Centrals 4-7-31. They lead West 2-1-13. And don't forget to give the Bingo Centre a call on 218-484 for your bookings.
Back to the centre. Bernardo wins the hit down. Did it nicely too. Hand pass coming out here to the agency there of Robbie Edgar. He punt kicks down towards half forward. Good mark coming out in front here. That's Crazy Horse. That's David Armstrong taking the mark at half back. He punt kicks a little high for mine into the centre of the ground. Oh, he knew where he was going. No trouble at all. And Kenny Denning comes down and takes a good mark just in the centre of the ground. And he swings play out wide, the far side of the ground.
KD, he saw a good mark too. I think you'll find Eggers was not paid by the umpire as now the Centrals break clear at half back. A low penetrating kick found Beck at half 40, breaks clear, kicks with his non-preferred foot.
Great effort, Cowie.
Have a look at him go! Have a look at Cowie!
There he goes. Sensational stuff. He punt kicks it right
Scotty Cowie
towards centre wing. He's playing a brilliant game. Gives it to Chandler, who's doing well. Oh, it's getting beautiful out here, Brady. I'm glad I'm drinking the water. Gonna need a drink in a minute. It's pretty tough out there. Didn't he go through that Brendan Chandler? And he had to be, unfortunately, some of us coming the other way just as fast.
Ball back into play now, centre wing. All good tackle. There's Chandler on the old Spricker as the ball comes out to Beck. Takes the mark, now plays on, breaks the Stewie Scott tackle, feeds off the hand pass to a teammate there in Roddy Edgar. Over the top he goes to Cunningham, back to Edgar, kicking under pressure, looks for Stockwall, up he goes. Comes to ground. Oh, 2 Centrals players fighting over it there in Cicino and Neville as the loose ball now picked up by My Football Show. It is Scotty Cowie.
How's the hand pass?
Oh, beauty to Jimmy Hogan. His left foot kick though can't. Oh, it's clean bowled, KD, and now allows the Kevin Bartlett of the Centrals in Adrian Hart to clear the ball out wide to half forward.
Nice kick too down to Delaney. He marks outside the 50-metre zone. Wants to play on quickly. Good play by Delaney. Bangs it down forwards. Cowie's getting back. Oh, he's almost plucked another one in. Too high for mine. He's been awarded the free kick. The umpire's played advantage. There wasn't much in it because his teammate coming down the ground was under a fair bit of pressure there, Scott. Running onto the football back, but running right behind him. Boundary umpire with whistle in mouth and has let the P fly. It's out of bounds, half forward flank position. Werribee Central's deep in attack. And Cowie, what a game he's playing down there in defence.
Yes, certainly, Cookie. I reckon it's about 18 and a half, 19 minutes gone in the second quarter, and not a lot of scoring, but gee, the footy has just been up and down.
Murray Scott's done a magic act. It was like Pair of the Magician, if you don't mind. But he lost it in the tackle eventually.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Oh, the kick lands with Delaney, who's played all right too. He picks up now, punt kicks out wide. Got a lead out there from Justin McLennan, who's drifted down nicely, and he takes the mark some 35 metres out from goal. He is directly in front.
Yeah, the Cheetahs just breaking down a little bit across the centre of the running players. They just got nowhere to go once they get the ball out of defence. And, well, I think some of the running on-ball players have got to work a bit harder.
True story, Ronnie Bryant. That's their trouble. They're breaking down across the centre of the ground and half forward as we see McLennan. There's Justin McLennan come in. This is a good kick off the boot. One of this Cowie's marked it, but it's already through the goal mouth. He's just showing I would have marked it if it had been a bit shorter, I think. A nice goal to Justin McLennan. Central's getting away a bit now, Ronnie. This was the important quarter for the Cheetahs to stick with them. And they'll be in there at half time, but the margin is getting out a little bit as we see the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard come up. It shows Werribee Central's 5 goals, 37 points. Blue West 2-1-13. The margin now 24 points. That's a 4-goal break, and it's pretty handy as we've gone about 19 minutes of the second quarter on the Rockies 24-hour Luxmith time.
Back to the centre. Justin Ladder doing battle with Bernardo. Should be Ladder's kick. No free kick forthcoming. As we see now breaking clear there for the Centrals, I think you'll find was Ballon. He's short kicked to centre wing. Puts his teammate there under all sorts of pressure in Adrian Hart. Good work there from the old Dazza Badbury. He happy to see it go out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in centre wing members side of Galvin Park.
There's the players on screen. Angelucci's on screen. Up goes Ladder. He knocks it down. Goes straight past who it was intended for. Scripton gets the little hand pass out. Oh, they're doing it a bit easy as Roland Beck receives the hand pass from Simon Bellani. Punt kicks towards half forward. Plenty of good fists in there. Defensive stuff. Back towards the centre. It's paddled actually now. Cheetah's working the ball without getting a possession. Have carried it 35 or 40 metres. Spinning out of the pack, Nick Lacino. Too late, the umpire's blowing the whistle. Too many players in there. He said, I'm going to ball it up.
Well, I'll tell you what, Craig has had his jumper ripped off him. No free kick. Unbelievable. Right in front of the umpire. Should have been his kick, but no, he bounces it again. And I think they're getting bouncing practice here this afternoon. Fair dinkum. Neville, his hand pass quickly there to his teammate in Kosh, who goes short. And that man, Cowie again. Cowie.
Kick, not a good one though. He's given it straight to Roland Beck. He fires the ball back to the forwards. Oh, Cowie says, I'll get it again. He's fair dinkum got it on a string. He punt kicks towards the centre of the ground. Too far for Johns. Whistle on play was there. Advantage played anyway. Play on the call. Murray Scott, no, it's got to come back. I think Cowie might have been perhaps pushed over or something after he kicked that, Ron.
Yes, he was.
And Murray Scott takes the free kick in the centre of the ground, looks for Denning, who's up from behind, and has given away the free kick, and no arguments about that one.
Yeah, bad footy there. Should have went long as the old Springer goes out wide. McClellan uncontested. Bad footy. And Justin McClellan now takes the ball at centre wing. Plays on with a hand pass to Springer. He can't handle it, but Bellin can. Oh, put hard under pressure. No, it was not. Robbie Edgar working hard now. Stewie Scott hasn't had a lot of influence on the game, but he'll get a free kick on this occasion. Yes, the umpire. And
it's on. If you don't mind. Stewie Scott got a fair bit of attention. That's the cricket pitch area. A bit hard there, Ronnie, I think.
Well, what about 50 metres? Got to be 50 metres. And this could be just the noodle the Cheetahs need to get a little bit more stronger stride in their step.
Yeah. Let's just wait and see here. Now there's Simon Bellani going back into defence. Umpire just taking a little while to sort this one out.
Yeah, I think you'll find there is a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, he's got it down there now. Left foot kick. Long one.
Scragger took that kick there, you know.
That's Alan Craig has taken the kick. Must have been paid down the ground, Ron, or something. I don't know what happened there, but it's a goal. Yep. And Alan Craig, he'd be pretty happy with that.
Certainly would be. And, well, he was taken off the ground after about the first 10, 12 minutes of the game and wasn't really sure what for. But he's back on there now, replacing the injured Frank Fatoli, and he's made amends with a lovely goal for the Cheetahs.
Team balance, they call that. As soon as you take someone up, they call it team balance now, Rod. True story. Alan Craig kicks a nice goal for the Cheetahs. They needed that one. They've narrowed the margin now to 18 points, as we see on the screen. Werribee Central's 37 plays, Blue West 19 at GWCFC Bingo Centre scoreboard.
Ball at half forward, or ladder come in a little bit late. Yes, and Dennis Cunningham will get the free kick for the Centrals at the true centre half-back position of Galvin Park.
Big Cunningham favours the grandstand side of the ground. High kick, Stewie Scott's up, so too Cowie used the fist to good effect on this occasion. The first time he hasn't marked. Hand pass out of the pack from Inga Wilson was a bit hot for who it was meant for. Will kick off the ground there, could have gone anywhere. Out wide it goes. In fact, Inga Wilson's going to run onto this ball. Steadies with the right foot. Not a particularly good kick. Put his teammate there in Scott under pressure. He's got support from coming through Bradbury. Kicks it on in front of him. Hand pass back to Johns. Gives it back here to Bradbury. And away go the Cheetahs. And could this be the start of the revival?
Yep, well, Westwick hasn't had a lot of touches at this stage of proceedings, and this occasion doesn't get it either, as we see now that the Centrals drive the ball to centre wing. Good football, Justin McClellan, and he's found his teammate in Greg Hart at centre wing. Oh, played on foolishly. Bradbury woke up to the fact that he got it away from his opponent, but it's good support there, Foster. Quick kick for the Centrals up to half forward, but that man, Cowie, that's his footy here this afternoon.
Hand pass is a beauty too, gives it straight to Johns. Well played, cool in the crisis there, as you like to call him, Ronnie, was Cowie. Give it across to Johns. Johns has had to head across the ground. He's put Brendan Chan under a bit of pressure. He's got support. Lacino gives it out wide to Ingerwerson. Likes to swing back on the right foot. He's in trouble. Get rid of it, son. He did so in a hurry and had to, but Chandler fumbled the hand pass. Streaming down the ground, Gustacino intercepts. Fires a little kick in, but the turnover's going to be critical, I think. He's kicked it to Roland Beck, who's lined up from 45 metres out and kicked a screamer. A beautiful kick off the boot, Roland Beck. And just too many hand passes there from the Cheetahs. Just when they look to be coming right back into it, Roland Beck has done the damage and kicked a nice goal for Werribee Centrals.
Roland Beck, the vice-captain, kicks his second six-pointer here this afternoon and just gives the Centrals that 4-goal break again, David Cook. GDFL Bingo set a second quarter scoreboard. That'll move the Centrals now to 6-8-43, I would suggest, and
6-7-43.
6-7-43, my apologies.
3-1-19, Ronnie, the GFL Bingo Centre.
Scoreboard.
Lovely. Bounce down, back in the middle. Justin Latter does the ruck work unopposed on this occasion because the bounce didn't favour Bernardo. But Bernardo's able to knock it out of the middle. Here's Cowie down the ground now. He must have shifted out to centre half back, I think, to try and give them a lift out there. Punt kicks the ball down the ground, but taken away and well taken too down there, Ronnie.
Scotty Leftchook.
Scotty Leftchook, yeah, I haven't picked him up. There he goes out there towards the, well, let's call it nearly centre wing. Bradbury's out there. They're doing the damage for the Cheetahs. He has to kick in a hurry. Not particularly effective. Gain a bit of distance, but no possession. Hand pass. Comes back to Hogan. Hogan gives it across to the big fella Johns. Johns gives it to a bigger fella in Latter, and Latter goes long on the left foot. Long kick from Latter up high. Westwick can't mark. Gather, spins through the pack. Lines up, goes back on the right foot. Oh, hit the post! Oh, would have been a great goal.
Yeah,
Been a quiet play, but that would have been a beauty.
Yeah, it would have been nice had he marked the footy there, Cookie, but just couldn't control it. Ball is a little slippery, I would suggest, so, he's excused there.
What do you think? Someone spat on the ball or something?
We have had some rain here, Cookie.
Oh, that was an hour ago, Ron. 43 plays 20 on the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard, getting close to half-time.
Up they go, centre wing, knocked on. Good football there from the big fellow, Mickey Cunningham. Supported ground level there, looked like young Neville. Thumped the ball forward as we see it out of bounds on the true centre wing position at a side of Galvin Park, where we see at the present time Centrals, they're doing it comfortable, 37 plays 20.
Mick Cunningham does the ruck work on this occasion, but taken away by Cowie again. Gee, his best man on the ground, I reckon, in the losing side at the moment. He got the ball forward. He needs support. There's some coming through, charging through the pack. There was Crazy Armstrong. He got the ball over the top, but no particularly good possessions being gained out there. Hogan's in there. He's pushed to the ground by Gus Cicino. The ball spills out of both hands, and over the boundary line she goes, boundary throw in on the scoreboard side of the ground.
Cookie, have you worked out where Stewie Scott's playing yet?
I think he's just playing where he wants to play.
Well, he's, not a big influence yet, and they need him to fire. There's the ball now. Good teamwork, but he's put him under a bit of pressure there at half-back, but he still breaks clear in Robbie Edgar. Good running football. Primo Angelusi's up there supporting Stewie Scott, who picked it up like it was a dry day. On the left foot, under pressure. Only a short distance to where Chris Delaney, well collared Trevor Haints. Good tackle, and is rewarded, and should be given 50 metres. Bit of pushing and shoving there, Cookie.
Just a little bit. Not much in that one, I don't think.
No need for it.
Yeah. Haints now kicks the ball in towards the centre of the ground. Getting a bit dark here. He's about to turn the lights on or light a cigarette up or something. Out the back of the pack it goes. It's spilt free. Cunningham's a chance to run onto this. The big fella bends down, picks it up. He's tackled by an all-coy gang tackled, in fact. He's still trying to charge his way through the pack. Well played, big fella. Tried to sink the slipper into it. Ken Dannings saying, what about me? I was on the end of that football. Umpire coming in and has paid the free kick. No, he hasn't. Ken Denning walked back.
He can bounce down.
Ken Denning walked back as if he'd conned him there, but he didn't con him at all. And it is a bounce down midway between centre forward and the centre of the ground with Blue West into attack.
Loose ball. Robbie Edgar's there. Likewise there for the Cheetahs working hard. I think you'll find at the bottom of the pack was Paul John. Spills out to where a quick kick up forward. Stewie Scott, but in front. Scotty Leftchook. And, he'll relieve the pressure for the Centrals.
He's done well on Westwick, hasn't he, Scotty Leftchook? They got the ball running out here. A chance now coming down the ground for, Neville, was it? Here's Neville now taking the mark at the centre wing position. Plays on immediately. The kick. Oh! The mark been paid before he had that one. Oh, and give one out too if you don't mind there. Did Simon Balan. Alan Craig didn't like it much. Kicks long does Balan. Up goes the big fella Stockwell, and he's been paid a mark. But there's a bit of dissension in the camp about that one too, Ronnie Brain. Did he hold that long enough?
No.
No, I didn't think so either. That's two in a row there. And was that the siren or train whistle? Might have been the train whistle. I think I'm hearing things in my ears here. As we wait on the big fella Anthony Stockwell, the centre half forward, the captain coach of the Centrals, to come in and kick for goal. He does so now. He's kicked it straight through the middle. I'd suggest a lovely kick from Stockwell. It's a goal, albeit a lucky one, I'd suggest. But further ahead go Werribee Central's getting closer and closer to the half-time siren.
Yeah, certainly, Cookie. That's their 7th goal here this afternoon. They've now moved to, let's have a look, Cookie, 7-8-50. Werribee Centrals, they lead Geelong West Cricket and Footy Club 3-2-20 on the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard. And don't forget, right through Monday afternoons to Fridays, 12:15, in the evening 7:15, book now.
Bounce down back in the middle. Justin Latter actually knocked that one there, but he's not getting it clear when he gets his head out. Picked up by Bernardo. It's knocked further afield. Goes down towards Murray Scott running onto the footy. Can't control it. Pushing the back there on Bradbury, not paid. He stacks it on top of the ball. They stack it on top of him. And umpire, just for a change, going to ball this one up on midway between half forward and centre of the ground. The Centrals now slightly in attack.
Must give the player attempting to get the ball every opportunity, Cookie.
Yeah, I agree. Up goes Bradbury, wins the hit down, but not particularly good. Was that Beck getting a kick into the forward zone? Comes Stockwell, shows a bit of strength and takes the mark. Oh, he's played on immediately. Don't know what he played on for. He would have kicked another goal. Hand pass away. Oh, it's getting rough and nasty out there. Let's watch at the footy here. Picked up by, that looks like Barry Neville having a flying shot on the left foot. He's gone, bang. It's another goal on the board. They're getting right away here before half-time, the Centrals. Blue West just not quite gathering the footy at the first opportunity on several occasions now, and they've resulted in goals for the Centrals. But really, there's 56 plays 20 on the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard. I wonder why Anthony Stockwell wanted to play on.
Good question. We'll have to
I'm
ask
sure I
him
heard the
after
whistle
game.
go.
Well, yeah, he was paid the mark, but he went in handball, and as soon as the umpire, you break your line, umpires called play on, and play on he had to.
He was 20 yards out straight in front with the mark.
Yep, 8-8-56, Werribee Centrals, Blue West 3-2-20, GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard, and it's just about siren time, I would suggest. Umpire bounces down, both ruckmen slipped at the crucial time. The ball bounced back down to ground, and again, Berland breaks clear for the Centrals. Stockwell just too big and strong and takes the grab. Plays on quickly, Cunningham, all in the square by himself, and will take the mark.
Yeah, it's just showing a bit of strength out there at the moment. Big Stockwell, isn't he? He's too strong for Tunganil, but they've probably got no one else to put back there. Perhaps Latter might be able to. And they've got to put in the ruck then. It's going to be a bit of a problem
let's
for
go
them.
Go back to the original plan. I mean, Cowie was playing well at fullback, and they've brought him up the ground, and he hasn't had a lot of influence since being moved.
Well, he's played all right, but he hasn't been what he was in the full-back position. I'd agree with that, but I don't say he hasn't had a lot of influence. I think he's still about the best player on the ground at half-time.
Thank you very much.
Wait on Cunningham, come back. He'll just bob this through over the top of the goal umpire's hat. Not a problem, says the field umpire. Another one goes on the board.
Two goals, Mick Cunningham.
Yeah, Mick Cunningham's second goal, and one of the youngsters of the club got injured last year, I think towards the end of last year, Ronnie, and they missed him in the finals. 9 goals, 2. 9 goals, 8, I beg your pardon. I'll just sit back a bit here when my glasses can see. 62 points on the board. Brainy, you better do the Blue West score, so even get it right.
3-2-20, Cookie. GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard.
And you took the easy one too.
Yeah, good on you. And it's 42 points the margin. Late stages of the second quarter, and that's proudly brought to us by Rocky Sonny from our locksmith and time clock out there at Corio Village.
Bounce down, back in the middle. Latter again doing the ruck work. Again wins it, but again Bernardo sharks it and kicks out with left foot this time. Getting back, Cowie almost took a beauty for a one-hander. Not paid. Hand picked up here and running out of defence. That was Paul Dean, was it?
Murray Scott.
Murray Scott, I beg your pardon, had the wrong number. Out wide it goes towards centre, half-forward flank. It's all Centrals out there. The kick. The umpire paid the mark here. He let it go on.
He played on straight away, did that player in 38, which is Andrew Kosh. A little foolishly because the cheaters were breathing right down his neck and the hand pass wasn't a good one.
No, that's why I asked the question whether perhaps the umpire didn't pay them up, but as you called, he did, and just a little bit of hesitation would have been better that time than the rush.
Certainly, as we see now the ball 50 metres out on that outer side half-forward flank. Central's doing all the attacking in the second quarter. As we see swooping on the leather there was Spricker again as his left foot kick around the corner as well marked by Trevor Haints at back pocket.
Haints now trying to turn defence into attack. It was up towards Murray Scott. It rebounded into the arms of Paul Johns. Down the ground goes Johns, looking there for Stewie Scott. Needs support. He's got some from Ken Denning. Tumbles the kick around the corner. A free kick going to be paid down here. That's a push in the back. That looks like Smokey Beaton taking the kick. Chips it in short to Paul Johns, who marks. Wants to play on immediately. Plays on immediately. He's been down as after he kicked, Ron, has he?
No, he just took a dive then, did
he took a dive, the sirens
he heard the siren and he was a bit late. And chipping across the face of the pack there, Scotty Lefthook did well. And at half-time here, Cookie.
Well, Werribee Centrals, they've gone to 9 goals, 8. That is 62 points on the board. That's the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard. They are leading Blue West 3 goals to 20 in that quarter. Blue West just managed 1 goal too, whilst the Centrals were able to ram on 6 goals too. So a big quarter there for the Centrals after West had looked very promising in the first quarter.
Yes, certainly, Cookie. Goal kickers up to half-time. Centrals, 2 goals to Mick Cunningham and Roland Beck. Singles to Justin McClellan, Anthony Stockwell, Sprigger, and, of course, Adrian Kosh, Barry Neville. For the Tudors, Alan Craig, Ken Denning, Primo Angelucci. Single goal kickers for the Tudors here at half-time. And it's about time again for a drink at David Dean and Ruth Dean's Queen of the West Hotel. Wander over to the bar now and order a nice cold cleanser.
Right, and just before that came up on the screen, there's the Centrals boys. That's what I was going to get back to. They all got together. They all had a bit of a talk on the way off, Roddy. I think they're pretty confident of having their first win of the season.
And, of course, the executive of the GDFL wish to thank their loyal supporters and sponsors for the 94 season. Citibank, Aberdeen Shadow, Guest Video Productions, Bay City Cabs, supporting GDFL Great Country Football for 94.